I only stopped streaming and changed the Steam file because of archiving reasons. But yeah, we're back for more Endwalker. We're gonna continue with our quest that we started in the last stream as the heavens will. And we're to go back to Garlemald in Camp Broken Glass. Let's see how much of a hellhole it is now. Because apparently the final days is here. And indeed, they are. We're in apocalypse times now. Ooh. Alright, let's go. Somnus, and not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you have heard, your fellow Scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glacies that the Forum's airship has landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you are ready to depart. Upon departing for the Magna Glacies, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time. Dude, this... Like, there was a warning like this only 2 fucking objectives ago, so, hey, at least I took a break. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle, your progress saved at certain points, and yada yada yada. Let's go. Earlier, on the Magna Glacies...
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same. No, we fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
Ah, familiar faces. I've been out of time so long.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
We play as Alphino Sage! Awesome! The coming battle, you will fight as Alphino. Okay, give me a moment. Okay. Give me a moment. I need to learn my shit. Okay, so we have Diagnosis, which is our main heal. Prognosis, which is our AoE heal. Levier Diagnosis, which is our shield heal. Levair Durachol, which is the insta-heal, Dosis, and Levair Dosis. Levair Dosis being our Eucrasian Dosis. And then Levair Toxicon is definitely an AoE Toxicon. Oh, I see.
Leave it to me.
Leave this love to me. Help the wounded. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, don't! Alpha, no, do what you can. You must provide what succor I can.
Come with me.
No, not you too.
Easy now. Deep breaths.
Go! Now go as fast as you can.
Safe now.
I always will see you to safety. Go.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Just what we want. You know, I don't like the look of that. Stay sharp. Take the lead. I'll provide support. Beasts. Well, my newfound abilities are enough. God, now I understand why Alphino was kind of a bitch when it came to healing. You're starting to get the hang of this.
But not hard enough!
Okay. Got it.
Help! Someone, please!
What?
don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape! Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then? In time enough to be of aid, for once. We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride! Of that I've no doubt.
The gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army.
Right. Oh. Alize, that fucked them up!
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Oh my god.
Think a withdrawal?
A little under-ambitious, don't you think?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
Alright, something a little more agreeable. Not that Sage wasn't agreeable. In the coming battle, you will fight as Alize. We've lost too many already, Graha. With me! So, it's the same as before, except we have Vermilion Pledge now. And, Queen Savior. Yikes, okay, right, Alize is a badass. I completely forgot about that. Is there no way to break a chain of transformations? Watch out, Alize! This one's not like the rest. How predictable.
Not today.
See if I can. I won't back down. This is the same Alize we fought with the Cardinal Flax. Alize, to the other side! Fuck, yeah. Here it comes again. Now's our chance.
I'm not done yet.
None to worry about.
Hide behind one of these at some
The
point.
air crackles with energy. Find cover!
Now, over here. Oh fuck. Right. Gotta follow ground here. There we go.
Stay still. Turn about spell. There. And go.
We did it. We did it. Good.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out!
Another one?
Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them! Not a one! This will be a brighter future! I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Get it together, Alizé. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of Father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of him as it is. You mustn't let our sword in the darkness fight alone.
Back.
I can look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order, I trust?
this rabble. Come on!
Of course we're gonna play as ourselves. In the coming battle, you will fight a Somnus Aeterna, yes. Indeed. Oh, he job switches to White Mage. Or no, Black Mage. Huh. Alright, healing be damned. Whoa, this thing is less of a boss fight with me around. More just a normal mook to me. Wait, what am I doing? I can shield throw.
Just the beginning.
Without breaking the combo. I mean, not that it matters. Well, one of these guys.
I had a feeling I'd fight. This could be the last of the worst troublemakers.
Being a Black Mage. Julius will see the rest of you safe. You must keep the beasts at bay. So this is our boss fight. Flower of kills here. Such a triumphant song too. I didn't even fucking pay attention to his health bar. Just going down. I'm just killing, doing mechanics. Like a good little damage bot.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Sharlayan is most appreciated, but Will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to Old Sharlayan. Please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
More of them.
Oh, damn.
Xenos! Here! You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship. Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is, and has ever been, my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine. Yet neither hate nor despair seem sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust.
You're not gonna.
So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
You're not gonna.
That's it. That's all you care about. Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Euless, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
You'll be after your seat on the forum next.
Completely caught him off guard. Alright, well, it's end times forever here as well, I guess. To see Xeno standing there, so uncaring and repentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind, but looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope they won't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
Excuse me.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships are taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuneau. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Any other, I would doubt. But you, I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Oh, I have a lot to share, yeah. I have a shit ton to share. They don't even know the half of it. Oh!
Did you hear something just now?
Oh, no, you have keener senses than I. So, I mean, I didn't, but... Oh. Oh, no. Well, how did a Loperid get here?
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
Oh my god. Why are the Loperids here?
Dawn may banish even the darkest night, and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
He's even shivering.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. Rude is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Aetherius. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Uriange's inferior works no more.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Hydaelyn's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they...
Right, Fortunate never met them.
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Hydaelyn's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Sharlayan, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
May thy disciples banish this darkest of nights.
I am no esteemed philosopher of Eld. Nevertheless, 'tis my hope that what little knowledge I shared shall serve them well, and perchance help save us all.
Well, there's more knowledge I
Will
can
thou
share.
attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Oh, more than of course. You all need to hear this shit that I
If
know.
that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
I didn't know this. He
I dare
wasn't
say
shivering
you'll
that
warm
bad.
up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Fucking pudding ways, still wandering around for pudding. So we just go to Old Sharlayan? Holy fuck, the sky is blue! I just wanted an excuse to say that, I guess. Anyways, I'll be RB. I gotta use the restroom. I'll grab a snack, get water, yada yada yada. I really underprepared for the stream. shit, excuse me. I didn't mean to be out for so long. Anyways, let us speak with Urian J. I dare say Master Foreshadow was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Heidelman's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss my recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. This exciting one got at port, so I can't believe I missed it. I'm gonna tune in and see what Saxon is up to. Ooh.
Dude,
Yeah?
I bet you Kai went crazy when she saw these little bunny creatures.
I tuned in at one point to see her reaction, and she's like, "They are cute," and I was like, "Evil," and she's like, "No, they not evil. No."
They evil. I sense evil from them. Oh, it's funny. They're little sassy little shitheads, though. I could tell.
Sassy? Not really. You'll see. Or how far have you gone into that storyline? Or did you just meet them, or?
I just met them.
Okay, all right. You'll see. You'll see. They are not sassy, but they are much worse.
What up?
Oh, here.
It is a Rajon.
Speaking of much worse.
I know, right? I looked in the mirror and saw you. I was like,
Yeah, everybody is like that, man. Everybody's like that, man. They look in the mirror.
Rad, Saxus got to the moon. That means that you can both do the Space Force in 14 now.
Oh fuck yeah, we can!
my God, you did not just go there. And we got the spaceship. We got the space well.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, we're leaving the FC. We're making our own FC called Space Force.
Yes.
Oh, man.
If we ever get lunar housing, then fucking.
Oh my God.
Then you gotta make your house on the moon.
Oh, you better believe it. And I'll create an alt just to make an FC called Space Force.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, pissed off she would be if we both left just to do that.
Oh my God.
She would kill us.
She probably wouldn't even talk to us no more. Like, really?
Actively
Really?
avoid you every single time she sees you in Limsa.
I know, right? Like, hey, Kai, she just runs away, like, oh, okay.
And then she tells everyone, look at these two assholes. They go and make a FC called Space Force because they're in the moon now.
That would be fucking epic, though, you know it.
Jesus.
So I've been in queue since I've been home, and yeah.
Yeah, and how long has that been?
About 30 minutes or so now?
Ah.
Jesus.
Oh, well, what point of the queue are you in, though?
4,400.
Jesus.
But I tried to cheat, right? So when I came home, I had coming home early from work because I had to go find my social security card because I was meeting with the post office about advancing my position, advancing into the job hiring process. And I was like, fuck. So when I got home and right before I left to go to the post office, I had logged in and seen the queue. I was like, okay, maybe I'll be lucky and I'll, be logged in before I get back, by the time I get home. So I get, I'm done with it. I'm done with the process in like 20 minutes, maybe max 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I get home, 2002. Fuck! Guess I went from having I was in queue. I think it was like 2,200 or something, like 2,400. It was like in the 2K or whatever. Ask me what I saw when I came in and saw the 2002 error. I was at 2 in queue. I was like, you fucking trolls.
That
Like,
must have been so painful.
Oh, dude, I was just like,
you should have took a screenshot of that and put it in memeing or something like that.
I was so fucking. I was about to flip my desk, like legitimately just flip it over and be done. Like, fuck this, I'm going on. I'm going away. I'm done. I was so mad. Fucking. Well, I was like 2K and went from 2. I was like, hey, it was like 2002, my bitch. But yeah, I was so mad. But yeah, I'm officially a postal worker now.
Neat. Also, I accidentally used the weapon coffer on the wrong job. Whoops.
You did what?
The weapon coffers that they give you for the quest rewards, right? I accidentally used one on the wrong job. I used the level 88 one on my level 84 gunbreaker.
Oh, so what happens? Does it become? Is it still level 88 one, or does it drop down to level 84?
It's still the level 88 one.
Oh,
but it's the gunblade instead of the.
You're like, why can't I use?
No, I was just because I was confused. I didn't get a shield with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I got the blade. This blade looks Oh.
Like this sword looks so cool. Wait, what the hell? Wait a minute. Wait, and I saw the yellow text in the GNB, and I was like, "Fuck! I got the wrong one." Whatever.
Yeah, now it's just playing the waiting game. So what they do, okay, so I got the official paperwork done or whatever, but they do, like, I gotta go through all these training courses and classes or whatever, but what happens is that they only start you on the beginning of a pay period. And so their pay period just started on Saturday, so it'll be at least 2 weeks before I even hear anything back for starting my classes and my courses and all that. So, yeah. But if he's like if you're patient and you can wait, he's like, it's well worth it. I'm like, oh, I know it is. I'm like, all I've heard about postal workers is it's a great job to work for. I'm like, you very rarely ever hear about people quitting. Or if somebody has to quit, it's like basically out of their hands of why they have to quit kind of deal.
I wonder if we can ever actually like buy food from the Australian restaurant.
That would be kind of cool.
I want a burger.
I don't know. I want to go to the moon and buy a space hot dog.
Made out of lunar cactar.
Cactar plate.
Fucking bullshit.
What?
So how far are you in the quest line there, Saxus?
I'm at the pace of the moon.
Oh, so you met the Loporits already?
Yeah, I met the little tiny bunny people that Kai probably was going crazy about.
Oh my god, that shit was so funny.
Jesus.
Now, how far are you in that quest line?
I'm pretty far. I already got past Zodiac, and I'm at the Taste of the Moon quest. That's basically where I'm at.
Oh.
Okay. So you found out what the moon was what the moon's actually created for?
Yeah. Space Force.
Legitimately, we're taking the moon with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it was funny when Kai and I were talking. We're like, and the cutscene where freaking Xena's just like nonchalantly walks past you. She's like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, why are we letting him just walk right past us? We can kick his ass right now." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, they're gonna be dramatic about it. And he just like disappears. And she's like, and I'm gonna laugh if we're gonna start traveling from like planet to planet and universe to universe, chasing this motherfucker down.
What's funny is that like, Even though Xenos' whole game in Garlo mode was to make you hate him even more, which worked for most of us, and apparently canonically did not work for the Warrior of Light. Canonically, your Warrior of Light does not care about Xenos at all.
He doesn't. He's just like, whatever, dude.
But no, what was same old Xenos?
Again. Yep, I done faced you once. I already know your shenanigans. Whatever.
Yeah, but when it comes to like us, they're like
real life, they're just like, we want to fucking kill him.
Well, even Xenos was like, right there in the cutscene of the moon. Xenos is like, you know what? He's like, I'm not even gonna fight you right now. He's like, I don't even want to fight you right now. Like, what? This whole time you've been wanting to kick my ass, and then
the big thing is just that we have other matters to attend to, and Xenos won't do jack shit if we ignore him. So.
Yep. And it was funny because like that whole cutscene and shit, and he disappears, and then I was joking with Kyle, I'm like, yo, what's gonna be funny is we're gonna have to start chasing this motherfucker down from planet to planet and from universe to universe, and then we get to I get to the cutscene with the Loperites, and they talk about the moons as fucking spaceship. I was like, are you fucking serious right now?
Oh, I bet you she was so livid.
But yeah, like.
Damn.
Like the whole idea is just that we have other things to be worried about other than Xenos. Xenos can wait. So.
Yeah, Xenos can wait on another planet.
Space Force should catch up with his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't wait for Kai to log on so we can start joking about this.
Oh my god.
I'm glad I planted the idea into your heads.
Oh my god. Raj is perfect. Even Endwalker wanted Space Force involved.
And we're always talking about that shit too, about being on the speed, talking about Space Force shit, and then all of a sudden, here we are on the moon. The humongous moon, there's a spaceship.
Yeah. I don't know why Kai would complain about this, because there's little bunny people, and I think she'd enjoy those little bunny peoples all the way to a new
You wanna
star.
know why I would complain about it? And then that's...
My only complaint is I have to have some more food. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't know where Saxon is at in the cutscene.
I don't know either, so that's why I stopped myself mid-sentence there. I was just like...
Alright, well, I'm gonna go have a cigarette, so I'll be right back.
Alright.
Space Force.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start having that music playing too. Oh my god.
I'm watching a cutscene, definitely.
Alright.
Alright, let's catch everyone up to speed, and not those guys up to speed, because holy shit, what I have witnessed. The shit I have witnessed. Not that I'm complaining, Orion J, but I wasn't expecting you quite so soon. They're gay for each other. Nor IV. In toiling the virtues of Ephirus, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loporis a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. I love how it's all an accident. Crow tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I've news to share regarding our study of the Ethereal Sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, and so I would rather hear them first. To what revelations does Heidelin's Elpis file lead? So much! So much! Oh, you don't even know. Here, fucking... Give me that corkboard over there. I need to fucking spill this, okay? Several hours later. Then this dynamis is what drives the final days. If it and Akasha are one and the same, this all proves Nodana's theory. Were an entity, through sheer force of emotion, to channel this vast, dormant reservoir into a raging river, its power might surpass even that of ether. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamism of the great expanse. Me too. Or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Theris. But our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Meteor. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Meteor, and we deliver the world from the final days. But to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Meteor escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vanar, the woman who would become Hydaelyn. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Hydaelyn and Vanar you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Hydaelyn possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Theris, not to stay. Do you suppose she's abandoned the pursuit of Meteor? The Vanar I know would never give up. That's my impression, too. Otherwise, she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So, what's the second condition? We must find a means to reach Meteor. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. And communing with Hydaelyn must by necessity come first. Did you and Master Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. Though we enlisted the help of Arnvold and the other Echo-based allies, we couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Hydaelyn, even from within the Antitower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Hydaelyn. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, built closer to home. I thought that was my door. Fuck! I freaked out. Sorry to interrupt. We've just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. That father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Time to read the other dialogue, I guess, since we're here. God. To think the Crystal Tower are the first is capable of such feats as sending one's soul into the distant past. The events you witnessed and helped shape may yet hold the key to forestalling the final days. I'm reminded of dear friends in the future I have made, whose selfless efforts saw the ephemeral calamity averted, in this timeline at least. Too much has been a sacrifice for us to abandon the Theris now. After sending Graha and Astinian back to Gauntlet, I stayed in Locus Amarinus for a time. Being an imperial province, it was already in turmoil for the onset of the final days. You wouldn't believe the difficulties we had overseeing the evacuation of the villages we visited. I have faith the detachment we left behind will continue our work and shepherd the people to safety, to what safety can be found in the world coming to an end. Master Matoya has suspected for some time that the Forum hasn't been constructing a new facility for the purpose surveying the Ethereal Sea. I accidentally said hasn't, I meant has. Of course, the custodian of the Antitower, which would presumably be rendered obsolete as a result, she has a few things to say about that. Nothing that would be repeated in polite company, you understand? Valva granted us the opportunity we've been waiting for. Though we know not what information, if any, they intend to reveal, there is only one way to find. To the wash. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of Hermes and his motives. But it's like we discussed at her great work. When faced with the harsh realities of life, some seek the release of death, others grow defiant. They fight. Either way, it's our right to choose. 'Twas Hydaelyn's commandment that in the event Zodiac should perish, the operas would deliver the people of Avirstan from harm. Though that be the limit of their duties, they possess knowledge unparalleled of the great expanse and means of its traversal. Should they be persuaded to assist us in our efforts to reach Meteon, we would do well to heed their counsel. Something that's gonna be freaky is seeing a huge Meteon, because our size was grown when we were in Elpis from our actual size. Now, to be fair, I think when it came to time traveling and ether shit, size is relative. What I'm trying to say is that while she was like half our height in Elpis, she might be like towering over us still.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. So what are the Lockbirds asking of you?
Oh, they're asking me that they want to learn more about us and stuff before the end of days.
What the fuck? What kind of sage weapon is this? Imperial Magitech wings. They look like fucking Gatling guns. Like 4 floating Gatling guns, the sage weapon.
Well, be happy you have Gatling guns. That's what Space Force cadets use, right, Raj?
Exactly. See, they already know what we're coming in for, okay?
Yeah. You knew that me and Raj were the ones well prepared.
Huh. I didn't know you could actually just enter the forum. I thought it only existed in a cutscene, but apparently you could just waltz on in. Oh, that makes... Huh. Neat.
Ah, 37, 31.
Woo! We're getting there!
Yeah, my gut's telling me it's gonna 2002 here in a minute though.
Ah, fuck your gut.
No, right now, maybe it's just because I'm eating and my gut's just happy, so I'm trying to feed thy gut, so maybe thy gut is wrong.
Maybe you're trying to like feed and give a freaking a tribute to hopefully not have that happen.
I noticed like if you do 2002, if you quickly try to get back in, it'll keep your space. Yeah, it keeps your space, your spot.
Yeah, occasionally you could go up in queue as well. If you log in super quick.
It still ain't as bad as what happened to me the one day when I logged in. I was like 4.2 in queue, and I look down and look up, I'm like 4.8 in queue. I'm like, what? The number's supposed to go down, not up. What the fuck? Like, and I never 2002. I literally was still in the login screen.
Yeah.
Oh my
It just
God.
you blink once and it's suddenly.
Look, I know I saw. Oh, did they change the fucking? Oh my God.
What?
I was wondering why my Discord sounded funny. They changed the notification sounds because of the season. I wondered why it sounded like little snowflakes hitting the ground.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Discord has that effect. Did not know that. Anyways, destination.
Wonderful.
Cutscene.
No matter what we do, we're causing the end of days.
Smart me video.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
What is thy proposal?
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
I'd like to think that the bunny boy stands out so much because he can't wear the fucking hat that they give him. And that was a complete accident too. Is what I'd like to think, but it looks like distinguished members don't get hats, so he might be a distinguished member.
"71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both means of communing with Hydaelyn and reaching Meteon, in the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep in mind the bargain by solving the problem with the ether burner. I'd like to think it's not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to prove it, you know? Yes, let us come in and solve this complex engineering problem of which we were unaware of until just a moment ago. What could possibly go wrong? As instructed, I shall take you to the ether burner. Meet me outside the Archaeon. I trust you can make your own way there. So the Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? They push in their seats. I can't sit in one of these seats. The entrance papers appear to be in order. You wish to descend to the level, of course. Our destination lies in the low levels. The Forum, in its wisdom, has granted you access to the Archaeon's lift. Step inside and have Ophiline take you to the medial circuit. Fuck. The realization that everyone is here. Shit. So many. Ophiline. You can take me downstairs? You wish to use the lift, yes? They're no longer assholes about it, I guess. Such whimsical music. I have sent your associates ahead to Logitech Logisticon Alpha, on the other side of Muriel Agronomics. Use normal name nomenclature, for God's sake, please! Actually, there's something I have been meaning to. No, never mind. I can wait. Let us attend to the matter at hand. take the bike. Oh, there's a sightseeing log up there, but I have to fly in order to get it. I'll sleep by it later. Actually, do I have to fly to get it? Or can I just jumping puzzle around? Maybe I can jumping puzzle around. Maybe I can just like jump from the top. Nah, flight seems to be the best option. Really the only option, I guess. So we can actually go inside this building now, yes? Before we couldn't. Hey! Wow, there's so much left to Labyrinthos, man. This place is actually really fucking big. I could not imagine how big it is. From the tiny little sliver that we've been able to explore. There's a miracle I have half the Aetherites. Or not the Aetherites, half the Aether Currents. We have to wait here while Father arranges for us to use the next lift. Here, being Logisticon
I'm nonchalantly still sitting in queue, and I looked at the total days subscribed. Good God Almighty!
I can only imagine how much you are. Like mine is. I don't want to talk about mine either, but like, yeah, I can only imagine.
I'm at fucking a little over 7 years subscribed to this game.
What's up?
You know when you hit the login screen at the bottom, it talks about a total days subscribed or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting here vibing and chilling to this really, really old...
Did you ever unsubscribe and just take a break, or...?
Yeah, I was gone for like a year.
Okay.
Like 6 months to a year.
Screw up.
Because of real life stuff.
Yeah, Space Force stuff.
Yep, pretty much. You know, the training's kind of vigorous, so I mean...
Yeah.
I should not have planted that idea into their heads.
Alien chicks are pretty good too. You know?
They're going to the moon with it, man.
You know, I can't complain. I still you can't be picky, racist. There we go. You're stuck in space. You gotta figure out something.
Star-Lord could do it. Anyone could do it.
That was the only thing Star-Lord was thinking about when he was out in the stars.
Oh my god! Well, yeah, look at Captain Kirk from Star Trek. Fucking biggest man whore you can think of. God Almighty. Homeboy right there. He
aspired to be like your heroes.
Exactly. See, I look up to Captain Kirk. Which, I'm not gonna lie, kind of made me tear up when he was able to ride the space penis to space in real life, so...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you didn't hear about William Shatner going to space in real life,
Yeah,
finally?
I heard about what he wrote in it, and yeah, I heard all about it.
Well, I mean, that's what the one he wrote in on was the space penis, I mean...
Yeah.
He had to ride the Winnie Mobile.
I'm just gonna deafen. Here being Logisticon Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthos are regulated. Water is drawn from underground and dispersed as vapor, simulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. How do they make a fucking fake sky and atmosphere and whatnot? By manipulating the temperature of air circulation, they're able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. What about the sky? Hold on. How do you know so much about it? My father brought me here as a child. And what, left me behind? Actually, you're the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with grandfather. The night before, I'd been asking father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. Tis all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world, to grow inured to the wondrous. Having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loporits in recreating a similar environment, I have come to view such processes in a new light. The subterranean gardens of Labyrinthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiac, the habitations built for all mankind beneath the moon's surface, yet each unique yet undeniably similar. 'Tis no mere coincidence. Ever since Eidolon unfolded us to the grim fate that awaits the fierce, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos in preparation for the Great Exodus. But that is not all. It is also a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loporits have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. The last time is not on our side. I've arranged for you all to enter the central circuit. It is there that most of our preparations for the Great Exodus are carried out, the construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions, and will have free reign to come and go as you please. Such is the will of the Forum, after all. We will prove ourselves worthy of your trust. Your trust. Then let us proceed. By the decree of the Forum, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are permitted to enter the central circuit.
Nope. It does not look like that.
Huh.
So I'm assuming they had you eat a carrot, right? So
Yeah, he finally made it there.
yeah, and then fucking like, and then Saxus realized that all they eat is carrots.
He ate the carrot of wisdom that said his brain was smarter than he, or what was it? His brain was smarter than he was, or some shit.
Yeah.
Like what?
What? I didn't know you had different ones.
Huh?
I didn't know you had different ones, or is that just like him?
No. They had different carrots. Like whatever carrot you chose, it would be a different answer and stuff.
Really now?
Yeah.
Huh. Because I thought it just defaults to you just taking a random carrot.
You can choose which carrot you want to pick, and whatever carrot you pick, you got a different
Because like the dialogue box after, so it says on second thought you just grab the biggest one you want or something like that.
Oh well. Yeah. I don't know then, because his dialogue was different.
I mean that might influence it. I'm sure. It's just that.
I kind of like this keyboard they got on this event though.
Well, they do have a residential area on the moon, but we can't access it.
Oh, so you're at that part. So
Yeah, the oopsie teleport.
So you're past the part where they gave you shit-looking clothes, then.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Fortune now. The Etherburner is being constructed not far from here. Overseeing the work is Coco Duncan, after whom the forge is named. Since the necessary introductions have been made, and once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with him to discuss the particulars. This way. Ether current. Oh, there it is. Ether current takes all precedence. Oh, fuck! Okay, we'll go back for the other one later. For now, apparently, the quest is taking us south. Go south. Hey, we finally intercepted to the southwest ones. There are southern Ether currents to get. I guess we'll get that next, since it's probably in the way.
Part of me wants to log off and go lay down for a bit, but another part of me says it's a bad idea.
If you log off, you will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But unless you get on late in the evening, yeah, about this time it starts to get fucking ugly.
Ah, I see.
Because everyone's getting off work and all that shit.
It becomes a
It would be.
slugfest.
I mean, they will have more room later in
6.1.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that login. Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be a monstrous login queue. I'm thinking of probably just staying online, or like maybe taking a nap.
Good luck.
I'm thinking of like maybe taking a nap, not even like sleeping, just taking a nap and like from like midnight to like 2 a.m. and log on and never log off.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's the 7th.
Tomorrow's launch date. Tomorrow's gonna be fucking nightmare.
Ooh, voice cutscene. Oh!
I could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows.
Oh yes, heavy 7.
Uncle, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
He has heavy 7 Sid vibes.
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse.
Like, he's literally only missing the southern accent, so...
Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the Etherburner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the Etherburner.
Aye, aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether. ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Oh, God!
Hast thou consulted with the Loporits?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded.
Ah, so Damascus Steel.
As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some in's like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though.
Ah, Damascus Steel.
We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Oh, but I would.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut?
You want me to go and fetch the whatsits? You want me to go and fetch the whatsits?
That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours. What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Anyway, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
I'm expecting all
It
that.
shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping this plunder for the taking? And I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way.
Good at this.
Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
At times like these, we're reminded how famous, Alphino has become. Who would have thought he could achieve so much with a single leaf pearl conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the surface and inform the relevant parties. I also have to contact a contact of my own that might be worth trying. Oh, and who might that be? That's for me to know and you to find out. And on that note, I leave matters in your capable hands. Best of luck. Meanwhile, in Uldar. Excuse me.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Viergeist, we have need of your stone torches.
They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberk will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Meanwhile, in the Black Shroud, we're gonna hear all the rousing speeches. Stas is gonna have a field day here. Many speeches.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiencies so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
our speech in Limsa as well. Not much of a speech, more so just a agreement there, though. Oh, Kerfus instead. Okay. There's people gathering inspiration. They should have given us the big cutscene warning.
We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... A dragon's roar!
Meanwhile, in the Ruby Sea.
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there anything else we might do to be of service? Ha! You've already done more than enough! If I had to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about elegant technology. You there! The lad with red eyes and matched red hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. If only Master Koch knew how right he was. While he and Graha established a report, why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our agreement. But I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse, and if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you've got a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlie and Hamlet, just lousy researchers and scholarly types, busy themselves preparing for the Exodus. A lot of them all need help they can get. Well, off we go. Oh, come on. It's gonna play this music over and over again. This was not designed to be, area music. This is one of the issues. This is why I got sick of that, like, really riffy guitar that played in fucking in Perusia at the second half of it. Fucking, these are not made for area. These are not made for people to move vast, great expanses very, very slowly, as I am doing currently, and listen to this song ad nauseum. That's not what this was intended to be composed as.
It's fine, because I think it just keeps me in the same queue spot.
Okay.
2002.
From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down there. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scholar Montrachet mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the yeah, but he's from helping around. We're tasked with helping around, yes? We shall help around. Ah, you can attune to the infrared from there.
Fully going to break someone's ankles.
Yikes.
Well, I can say this, I'm still having an issue. It's literally not even letting me connect to the data center right now, so...
No, it's not letting me either. But that's the whole point with the 2002.
Well, I usually get it, and then just I'm able to go back into queue, but this one here is legitimately not letting me do it now.
It's because most of the time when they error 2002, that means like it's a miss error. As in like they're spitting out the wrong error code or something like that. Most of the time it's because like your computer's not sending or receiving data packets from the server, and so there are 2002 because it thinks you're like have a shitty connection and whatnot. But the server's not and whatnot.
Beautiful connection, thank you very much, Square Enix.
Yeah, I'm
Who are you?
I'm hardcore wired into the fucking
Matrix or some shit.
See, that's that's one thing, but like the big issue is that like sometimes when you're in the same spot in queue for hours on end, it'll just misinterpret that as you not getting data from the servers.
I see.
And of course that's what it is in actuality. But sometimes you get a genuine error too, where like you actually like the servers got problems and whatnot. So and just
well, there are two right here. It talks about the 2002 in one of the letters, and the first occurs when attempting to log into the logistical data center, such as Aether or Primal, and there are more than 17,000 players logging.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know, that's the max. And then the second is when your when your network has like a slight hiccup.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the more common one. But the ones but the Air 2002s wherein like you can't go back in the queue and it's like keeps on erroring out every time you try and log in. That's the first one here. That's what where there were so many players trying to log in at once they crashed it. So
okay, I guess I have to deal with all these messages.
I'm gonna have to fucking call Comcast and be like, look, bitch, I'm paying $200 for your internet. I need you to boost it up a little bit.
I mean, at this point, I don't even think it's an internet thing. I think it's just they crashed the servers.
Yeah.
Because the login servers are distinct from the actual world servers.
So. Hey, we're getting free game time too, so.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I just want you to kick off all the gross people so that I can play.
So
like that's the compensation I want.
So we need to kick all the Lalafels out.
Yeah. All the Lalafels, all the Catboys. Sorry, some. All.
I mean, I'm almost done.
Exactly. It's like they're
All
getting
the bunny
priority.
boys, actually. There's more of those.
You know
now
what?
than-
You're right. You're right. All the bunny boys need to go. That should have been the trap. They release bunny boys and then
And then it turns out they can't
there
play.
goes me. They can't play. I'm stuck in queue at 294. I'm gonna cry. Okay, what's the weather looking like on Wednesday?
So are y'all gonna do the Grubhub thing and get your little pizza eating emote?
I will.
I don't even have Grubhub, but I'm thinking about trying to use it just to get the fucking...
Yes.
just
that is the
emote.
point of the promotion, after all.
I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna delete fucking Grubhub and go back to DoorDash.
Oh shit! I was supposed to book this day off, and I forgot to.
Well, that's gonna be fun.
So many. I have way too many Christmas things to do.
I just want my collector's edition to come in down.
With the Whopper plush.
$219. We're moving.
I hope you DC.
Me? I do so little. I ask for so little.
You
DC
asked for
long enough to.
I asked for so little, he says. Also asked for all the Lalafels and Catboys and Bunny Boys to be kicked off the server.
That's okay. To be fair, everyone wants that.
I just need you to like
all you
DC
do is-
long enough to let me go into the data center. That's all
All
I
you
need.
have to do is kick off all the WoW players, and there you go.
Why am I working these days?
Well, there goes that player base. Honestly, if they didn't have that influx of WoW players like they did this year, this wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah.
I am totally gonna lose my fucking line, my spot in line.
Given the similarities betwixt the Star Pursuing button, the best ways bow. It would be not best.
I was first.
To have the
Cut it.
Like, I rarely lose my spot in the queue, even after like it crashing. Like even after trying to log in like several times and getting the same error code, I'll come back like maybe on the 8th login and it'll keep me in the same spot.
I gained actually, like I gained it. Like I got.
I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk may help Val. It's better suited to lead the fiction. Alright. Wait, did Oriente just said what's it? What a marvelous idea! Might we begin with the great big what's it over yonder? Yes, the what's it. I shall leave its explanation to you, Somnus. Yurion J, your tongue is sharp. You wound me. Must I? Must I give the shittiest explanation ever of the what's it? I don't even know what the what's it is.
I kind of just got. I didn't get pressured, but whatever. But I'm getting a tattoo, I guess, on Wednesday now.
Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magic is positively stupendous. I wonder if this is a glitch, by the way. This is the music was playing. I don't think it is, but still, holy fucking shit. Perhaps you could direct our attention to the most important features. I should be fighting something with this music in the background. Let's see here. Thanks. This is fight music, not fucking. Whoa. You spot an you spot an Embastoma, and especially lively one at that. It would appear that the concept you observe in another time, another place, was approved for life in the wider world. Somehow. Aww. I'd like to think it's the same one. Whee! That's adorable. Let's see, what do you want to see? Let's see. The mushroom-like thing. Very descriptive. Well, I mean, this is an accurate description. That looks like the trees of Greatest Endsville. Hold on. That's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so imbalanced. That would make sense. That's why they store the water. It is a mushroom-like thing, huh? Okay. It appears the concept was approved. Metallic tube. Is that water I hear from inside that great big tube?
And now I don't even know what happened in the cutscene now.
It might let you start.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, I'm in it.
Oh, you're still in it?
Yeah, it just logged me into the cutscene.
What? Normally over. Huh.
That's so weird.
Normally it would actually spit you out before the cutscene.
Yeah, normally it spit you out before it starts.
No, because it logged me off and my location said I was on the moon, so I was for sure on the moon. I thought it would skip the cutscene.
How the hell did you get in if Raj was already in queue already?
I've been in queue for the past like 3 hours. The second I DC'd, I queued up again.
I didn't ask.
That's what I was doing every time I 2002. So I immediately was like, click, no.
Mare Lamentorum.
I lost 3,000 spots because of that shit.
Oh, what the?
Alright. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from underground, presumably some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it! That is brilliant, a design brilliant in its simplicity. I dare say it would take a moment to install it in even the harshest of environments. For us operates, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that peoples of Ephesus sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Areas near waterfalls are common sites for villages in Giribania. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we'd anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order. Once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtained their water in the first place. Master Elfino spoke of the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loporits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid! We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlian Hamlet. I shall lead the way. You mean we'll have to brave the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed. We need not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of the settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would become of us. Regrettably, have to many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big, nasty teeth. Loporits may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Might I impose upon V to assist in securing safe passage in Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Steaming Way and Growing Way in thy care. more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. If it's not the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, going way. To the water extraction, what's it?
You're talking about people that were using dancing emotes. I didn't know that kept you from logging out.
This man, really? This man just threw my straw on the ground.
What?
Like, it's dirty and like wet and like ripped.
Oh,
I
no,
can't.
no.
No. Okay, well.
So what is the dancing emote?
It doesn't work anymore though.
That motherfucker just get a bad complaint from me.
Yeah, people trying to stay in the game or go AFK for very long time.
Yeah, they're literally combating all the ways that you used to be able to stop that. Like the old HUD layout trick no longer works. The striking dummy never doesn't work anymore. I didn't know.
Dummy?
Yeah, if you were in the middle of just hitting a striking dummy.
Oh, like auto attacking it. Okay.
Yeah, the game would legitimately think you were there, and they now have an algorithm out that supposedly can tell if you're not there or there because it's constantly doing the same fucking auto attack.
What if I'm doing some research on like how much damage auto attacks do over the course of 12 hours? Like, that's just rude.
Yeah,
I mean, I think what's more accurate is they're checking to see if the player is inputting anything at all. And
yeah,
that's why Carr just said he's doing a science project in 12 hours.
Auto attacks, yeah.
To see how much
I mean,
auto
all
attack
you really have
does.
to do is just click the mouse on the game every 30 minutes.
Well, no, but then how do you sleep? That's still the issue.
You know the little bird. You know the little bird that like flips over and like pops the button. You know the little.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get the little auto bird.
It
that
doesn't
just,
even
like,
have to be. It doesn't even have to be like a specific button. It could be any of your keyboard presses. As long as it registers as an input in the game, then it's all good.
You gotta set an alarm for every 30 minutes to wake up and do
Oh
that.
hell no! Fuck that. Bruh. You know how damn tired you would be.
No more than I usually am.
You
Oh
would
wait.
never actually get asleep.
What the fuck? I'm so confused now. There's a straw in the bag, and then there was one outside of the bag too.
Maybe the bird.
That was the one from last night.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That makes sense now. I was so confused about where that straw went. Well, shit, I just put my drink in a glass. Everything's a mess.
Here you go, Carr.
I kind of just want to skip over all of these. I don't really want to. I mean, there's probably some funny dialogue, anyways. But hold on. My throat's been burning for the past couple hours. Let's see if having a snack will help. So I won't be able to talk or read out dialogue or anything. I actually skipped all that dialogue way too quickly, didn't I? Come on, play different music already, god damn it! I mean, I get why, but still. The moment's passed! Oh, cooking away wants to. Oh, we're checking out the farms here. So that cooking away can actually be cooking, you know? I know I'm being the asshole and being on top of the NPC and whatnot. But they can click on that, sure. Oh man, throat's actually been a nightmare for a while too. Haven't the faintest idea of why, either. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes? Yes. Grapes. Let's see if they're as delicious as they look. It's Australian agriculture, so I don't know if they're actually any good. So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. See, look how great it is to eat something other than carrots for a change. Well, that's certainly giving me room for food for thought, though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what's your opinion of grapes? An expression of indifference, I assume. And all Meh. Our compendium did note they are valued more as an ingredient for spirituous beverages rather than as a fruit for regular consumption. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Orange by name, orange by nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's equal sweet and sour, as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult J about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. This is all very complicated, you know. So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turned your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous, though they still are in my estimation, but no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in the field over there. Pumpkins? The color, the texture. Are those some sort of enormous round carrots? They're called pumpkins. No? In any case, proper nomenclature is... Actually, pumpkins are fruits, aren't they? Yeah. Then what are these, actually? Gourds? Maybe. Bah! So hot and flavorless. I may as well be chewing on a piece of wood. But all of us confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as goodly characters. Stop, stop, stop! Can't you see these are pumpkins? Ah, these are pumpkins. Okay. And no one with any sense will try eating them raw. They're supposed to be... You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find it an awful bother? Far from it, cooking is a joy unto itself. And what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. And perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sell. I wonder though, if there's anything even more delicious. How about that yellow fruit over yonder? You know, we could stand to eat a couple. You know, we could stand to eat something else, like I don't know, fish, meat. I mean, that's it. I really just want to see, you know, fish and meat. What wondrous fragrance! With luck, it will have a flavor to match. As I have no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. No, don't! No. My tongue, is this poison? A lemon? You mean it's supposed to taste like this? How could someone so similar to an orange be so revolting? Ah, it may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I'd best call an end to this round assembly. Let's say our farewells and return to the others. Tactful. Finished, have you? I trust you found something you like. I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges, less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way they are not to be eaten raw. Then there was a lemon, the deceiver. I still feel so violated. First time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave a bad taste in your mouth, and more waste than one. So I'll give you this lemon muffin, I think. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, I would be remiss of me to spare this opportunity to... a bit of sick kicking up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin. Do your worst. This is delicious! Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See? We rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes it can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Forum agonized over what it was worth preserving, and what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them they must if we are to survive. By such strength of will, now I know what Heinlein sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loporits, we were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal. 'Tis the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quests, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their futile dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect, to be content with what we have and make the most of it. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins. Pardon my Eorzean. Pardon my erosion, but what in the seven hells are you on about? And who are you, anyway? Pardon my erosion. Nice one. Cooking way at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. But don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Ephirus' species as possible, if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. I look forward to it. Oh, this has been highly productive. Probably. Let's go and see if J and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? Oh, man. Take me out of here. Oh, Saxus logged out. Saxus decided to take his nap after all. I may have to leave for a nap as well, considering I do have a final coming up this evening. And I didn't really expect to stream too long anyway. And I suppose I haven't really streamed too long. And to be fair, it's just half of Labyrinthos. I mean, we'll see how far we can get in the next couple storylines. I at least want to get rid of this godforsaken music. The Far East has oodles of noodles. What did I have time to visit? The more I learn of affairs, the more I wish we could spare from the final days. Alas, Hyland's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way. We will fix this. Sage Council. Will this be the end of our fucking, listening to this inspirational music? Oh, what? Oh, Drawingway wanted to check out other places. Well, to be fair, there's literally every place we could check out. There's the water production and the plant production. So I mean, there's a couple other production facilities as well, but those are more so just animal preservation facilities, I think. Yes, Somnus, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Ephirus at Logisticon Alpha. That's why. The forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all your forests like that? Let's see here. What is my favorite forest, actually? For verdant, at least. The trees of Gervania stand particularly proud. Let's keep it at earthly things, man. Gasp, I say! With a star so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it all behind. It was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little. Not at all. My works are no less worthy of for their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Thancred. How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to remove their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite news of the coming end. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, as equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. And we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing way, we might yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Me? Be of use to people? I'm honored that you would think me capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him. Tis a good place as any. Come. Again, this is the type of music you would play to fight someone there. Or you're rallying up an army. And to be fair, in the original context they were, but still. Excuse me. Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me. Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray, tell us of thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say of the ship, that it's the sum of decades of Charlene ingenuity, that it's built with peerless, elegant technology, is all true, but I know that none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a star-faring vessel, let alone flown it in the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage. But even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fail. It could fail apart on the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the Everburner's design was flawless, too. And look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears. I'm not sure about that, but, well... Maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about the platform. Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, to regulate the environment. But what if that's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Aha! Gravitation! Maybe I can be of help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as a part of one great big cosmos rather than separate places. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet, if Vagrant's tale be true, still, others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Loporits to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There's naught we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Etheirys, and learn more about them while we're at it. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Somnus, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray, seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable Loporit. Oh, I do so look forward to that. A place for every Loporit, and every Loporit in their place. I mean, it's a badass song either way. So. Sorry, that's fine. It's just too much. It's like, what, a minute-long loop? Which flies by. Trust me on that one. Dude, this one is beyond your help. Only sleep can save her now. Yikes. Also, I have to talk to 8 of you guys. Well, how is she beyond my help? Oh, she's just gone crazy. Skip the worldly dialogue here. We all know what happens. We all know what's happening for all 8 of these guys. They're you know, they're worried about something about the ship, need help or something. We go like, oh, we got some help from the crew of the moon. We'll go over to the fountain where Banquet? Orion J. They'll be like, okay. That will be the gist of it. Just have to talk to them. This woman is doing better than you are! What? Huh. Interesting. Tell me, what of the condition in Razathan? To ask about the weapon, my apologies, but I feel wholly unqualified to speak about it at this point. Huh. The Skywatcher can detect not only other worlds, but the fucking moon as well. Also, it's barely a spoiler at this point. Of the stream at least, but I mean obviously the last area is going to be the edge of the universe wherein Meteon is at, right? Pretty obvious. You mean to say that I can speak with him directly? Oh, amazing! I hope they like my questions. What are you asking? Have you heard anything of what's on the moon? No. Has to be prepared for like a moon's geography, I guess. Find land conditions. The Gleaner seems fine if in need of a break. This woman seems to be coping well. God, I didn't even know there were 8 Loporrits to begin with. I guess I should have expected a shit ton of Loporrits because of how small they are and whatnot. But still. Neglecting your dude, he's... I skipped it and skimmed it, but I read that dialogue. Hyperventilating? Oh, okay, you need help. My God, my chest is tight. Am I dying? This is what dying feels like. That must be stress. I get it too, don't worry. Oh, do pardon me. I didn't see you there. There's no cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern. Even though we may need to depart at any moment, and if the hull I designed buckles into the train, the entire vessel may explode on launch, claiming countless lives and dooming all mankind. But that is very unlikely. Yes, unlikely. Highly. Our visitors can help me triple check our for structural flaws. Okay, yeah. 2 more. Two more engineers still pinned to bunnies. She's talking to the junkmonger. That shit. It would be unfortunate for you, for all involved, to inflict this man upon the Loporrits. What happened? Oh, it's a different problem. Okay. Whoa! My face? What's wrong with my... Ow! Perhaps I am a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitability of a few species is still under debate, and I can hardly make the decision myself when I know so little about the environment up there. Including the Loporrits in our discussions is a wonderful idea. I absolutely will. Thank you. Perhaps their biology itself might offer some clue as well. Ponderous mathematician. Consult our collaborators. I suppose that would be more effective than sitting here and brooding. I am attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips. Should the Etherburner make our original estimates unfeasible, but there are simply too many variables. I should feel as if my brow will turn inside out. But perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. my god, I talked with all of them. Every Lockbrit has a scientist to work with now. Jesus, there's so many of them.
Phew! Oh, finally some rest. Why, I haven't spoken so much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget.
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Arthur, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder, she was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
fucking what a what emotional whiplash to go from such a heartfelt scene to this music again. Oh, Somnus. Be assured that I'm fine. Oh, glad to see you. After so very long. Glad still that it was in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder than had I faced them alone. Pivot in your eyes. Well, I'm actually gonna... I don't know if I gotta stop streaming. We will be back, but I need to go do my exam. So, that I shall need some preparation. And I might as well just log out of the game anyway.